Welcome back to MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things Magic. With the rotation of Standard set to occur imminently in the future upon the release of Innistrad Midnight Hunt, any decks that are legal now that have cards from Throne of Eldraine, Theros Beyond Death, Ikoria Lair of Behemoths, or Core 2021, the time to play them is now. And we are going to do that today because once rotation happens, our 5-color Yorion deck will go the way of the dinosaurs. What's up, MTG BC, baby? That is the MTG Burgeoning community. Here we are. We're going again. We're going to take our 5-color Yorion deck for another spin. One more time. Let's keep pushing it for as long as we can. If you want to know a little bit more about this deck list, you can click on the tappedout.net link in the description below. We are trying to push our deck and keep playing it that we have cultivated over the last year and a half, and trying to gain as many wins, packs, and gold coins as possible so that we can restock when rotation happens. So here we are. We are going up against Luchorius. We got 4 lands and early play. Oh, yeah, we'll keep this hand. Let's do it, baby. Turn 1, Plains. Shaboom boom. All right, Karn, what do you got? Luchorius. Luchorios? Lucorios? We'll just say Karn. Oh no! Oh, here we go. Big red. That's not going to be too bad for us. We got a really good hand to combat Big Red. Let's start off with a black source. Drop down our Birth of Meletis, fetching us a Plains. Next turn, we'll love to get that 0/4 wall. And then we will, let's see, we can't, unless we draw a blue mana source to cast the Raven's Warning to generate a nice bird token to help as a chump blocker. That could be helpful. Well, they're off to a slow start here. Okay. Anything else? Nothing. Got double Fireblade Chargers with no equipment in sight yet. Snow-covered mountain. I can't imagine that they're trying to slow play. I can't imagine they're trying to slow play Winota. But that is something we're going to have to keep an eye on. Come on, create the wall. Come on, Lucho. Acknowledge the wall. There we go. Let's put down our Plains. Let's get rid of one of these things now before it starts to get bigger. Any kind of Goblin Lord that comes down and makes their power higher than 1 is going to be even more problematic to deal with. Because when it does hit the yard, it's going to deal... Oh! Wait, what just... Oh, they made the power bigger so that the ability of the Elspeth's Nightmare fizzles. Alright, that was a nice play. Touché. Alright, that'll work. Okay. We'll deal with some 1/1s for a little while. Okay. Bull of Blight Cleanse. Let's see what's in that hand. Oh, yeah. We'll just say peace to the Embercleave. Alright, so Torbrand's coming out next turn. Alright, so we certainly don't want to use our Binding of the Old Gods yet. So let's drop down this Fabled Passage. And let's go get a Force so we can use it next turn. Forest into play. And it's going to get a little bumpy. Let's get Yorion out there. Okay, so it's going to be a little bumpy. We're going to lose our wall, because we're definitely going to have to block the Rimrock Knight with our wall. And we're going to take 6 from the Fireblade Chargers. But then we should be able to stabilize a little bit next turn by casting our Binding the Old Gods and removing Torbrand. So that should help us. get that out there. I'll pop that. We've got the 2, so it may be in our best interest if the gods of magic shine down upon us, if we can get a blue mana source next turn. I know we're going to get one from the Ketria Triome, but that's going to come into play tapped. We may want to consider using our Dance of the Manse to bring back an Elspeth's Nightmare and a Birth of Meletis. Okay. There's our Yorion. Oh boy. Okay, we are down to... Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to drop Bright Climb Pathways going in. We're going to cast Yorion, bouncing the Binding to get rid of the Bone Crusher. I'll come back, axe him. Okay, so if they send everything, then we know they got the Embercleave. And we're going to have to block the Rimrock Knight. Oh, they got everything. Rats. Alright, let's do this. Embercleave is coming down. Oh, the Shock is coming down. Okay, that was surprising. Draw us a land and the game is ours. And thank you very much. We're going to throw out this Fabled Passage. We're going to crack it, sack it. I think we'll grab ourselves a nice island. Let's see, 1, 1, and 1. Yorion comes down. It'll ETB. Karn will just quit. And there he goes. Boom, went the dynamite. And MTG Burgeoning won the field 0. Let's move on to game number 2. All right, that worked out pretty well. Took on some big red action. Getting rid of that Embercleave, that was helpful. Okay, let's do this game 2. Trying to stock up on our resources, because those wild cards, they don't come cheap, folks. And we have 0 rare wild cards in the coffers. Granted, we have 4 mythics and hundreds of commons and uncommons, but it's the rares that we really need. Alright, so we got a Triome that would go on to turn 1 into a Blightstep Pathway for turn 2, or potentially a Fabled Passage, which would give us 3 options on turn 3, and we're on the play. Oh, it could be risky. Let's risk it. Okay, let's do it. Alright, Triome turn 1. Perfect. Ooh, I want to go... Oh, I really, really want to go Triome turn 2. But that's not the better play for us. The better play is going to put out the Fabled Passage to sack for a Plains. Because then that way next turn we know that we can cast the Elspeth's Nightmare if needed. Or the Raven's Warning. And it looks like we're going to go Raven's Warning here. So we're going to grab ourselves that nice Plains, drop that bad boy down. Oh, that worked out very, very well. Blightstep Pathway, shaboom boom, and here comes the Raven's Warning. Now the question is, will our 1/1 bird make it to our next turn? Blue-black, I suspect it's about to get popped. What the spell is? No spell. Let's first attack. And there he goes. We knew it wasn't going to last too long. Alright, so we set ourselves up pretty favorably because we have the mana necessary to cast a Mythos to destroy any non-land permanent during their turn. So because we can afford to put a land into play that goes into play tap, we're just going to throw that Triome in play and pass it back to Gideon. Yes, your dragon is bigger and scarier, but it isn't cooler than Iggy. There we go, Iggy. Yeah, there you go. Come on, let's give some fire. Come on, you can do it. Yeah. Nothing, huh? Another Foretell. Okay. Put a card we own. So what do we have here? White, blue, green. All right, you know what? We're going to go with the Sika because we could cast it next turn. So let's try to fish out. Let's try to fish out a counterspell by putting Narset in play. If they got one, they're going to use it to counter Narset. And if they do, that'll be one less in their hand. Perfect. That will... Interesting. Okay, that will allow us to cast the Prismatic Bridge free of counterspell. That's the hope. Now, granted, these two cards up here that have been foretold, they could both be counterspells. We definitely have to be careful with that. Oh, and they're both... Oh, I really don't want to... I don't want to put that out there. I fear the counterspell. So let's gain 2 life. Let's add white mana. Let's bring Yorion to our hand. Oh, they should have used the stinking white mana for that. That's beyond annoying. Duh. That's one of the bad things about playing Arena. Ooh, Elrond's Epiphany. That's what he's got up there. Alright, Gideon's got a couple of Elrond Epiphanies. Okay. Another one. There's another one. Here comes 4 birds. Alrighty. And there goes Narset. And a lot of untapped mana. Missed that. Shark Typhoon. With 1 land up, 2 land. Okay, now's the time. If we can get our World Tree, it will set up a future casting of Eerie Ultimatum, which could... Ooh, oh, that was pretty sweet. Ah, there's a nice sight. Oh, rats. Oh, we'll lose the Prismatic Bridge. No, but we have another rats. Well, maybe we won't. We can ward 4. It'll be 5. We can put a blocker out in front if we need to. Oh, rats. Okay. Decisions. We certainly can't use... If we axe that, you know what? We're going to have to do it. 6 to get rid of everything. Oh, we'll lose... They'll lose more than we will. No, rats. Alright. Do it, Eugen. Do what you do best. Now, we'll put our Yorion in play. We'll target our Eugen, have it come back into play at the end step. That's fine. You could waste it on that, because we're going to get a Eugen coming into play with 7 loyalty counters. Alright, what do you got? Come on, Gideon. Scry 1. It better be a good scry. Yep, draw a card, lose a couple points of life. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, alright. And that was a tough one. Alright, MTG Burgeoning up to 2-0. Can we sweep? Can we go for the hat trick here? Alright, who do we have next? Ooh, there we go. Getting us some coins. That's what we like to see. Build up the coins, because we need more of those. Okay, game 3. Can we do it? We have not gone... I don't think we've gone 3-0 in any of the games that we've put out there to display for the MTG BC. I always tout how good this deck is and how much winning I do with it, yet whenever I put out a 3-game series, it's usually 1-2. Well, we can do no worse than 2-1 here, but we're going to try for that 3-0 because we don't have this deck much longer, and it's definitely my most favorite deck of all the Arena decks we played. Wow, that is an awesome looking Kiora. Holy mackerel. Wow, I didn't think they did design like that anymore. Oh, baby. Alright, so let's see. Foretell on turn 2. And on turn 4, turn 6. This is not the strongest hand. We're going to get rid of that and kind of get into a weaker hand here. Duh. Alright, we tried it once. Didn't work. But at least we have some mana fixing that'll help us to... we need that green mana source. Come on, give us a green mana source next turn, baby. Forest or a pathway, you can do it. Acquisitions expert, I haven't seen that guy in a while. Reveal, they will choose one of those cards for us to discard. What do we want them to discard, though? They playing just straight black here? Black, green? Alright. Let's get rid of the Path to the World Tree. That's typical. Well, we couldn't have tapped it anyways, but that's alright. The other cards in our hand were a little more valuable. Okay, send the 1. Drop down to 19. Lithiform Blight. Let's keep an eye out for that Faceless Haven. We're going to keep that right in the coffers for now. That's going to come in as the Bright Climb so that we can ensure that we can cast Angel Archons of Sun Grace next turn. All right, let's bring Yorion to our hand to show that we've got 1 in our hand. They don't know that we have a second one. We'll drop down to 2. So we're going Golgari here. Perfect. So what we want to do... Oh, man, do I want to burn a Binding the Old Gods on one of these little creatures? One of these little dorks? Do I want to do that? Now let's have them... Let's get some of the removal out of their hands first. Let's have them target the Archon. They gotta know to target the Archon. They did not. Now I think if we cast the Binding the Old Gods, they might... Because if we hit the Doom Foretold... No, we don't want to do that. Okay, let's do this. They don't have it. Okay. So we'll off that guy. Depending on what they cast next turn. See, I don't want to kill that guy. But if I have to play the Doom Foretold next turn in order to advance our board state... Oh, baby. I might have to. Destroy target teacher, draw a card, and there goes the Pegasus. The Pegasus Maker is out. Oh, we missed our land drop. Thank goodness for Binding the Old Gods. Alright, still fearing the Faceless Haven. What to do, what to do. If I put out the Doom Foretold, they'll just sack this and then learn, and I don't want them bringing something to their hand. Oh, baby, baby. Okay, let's do this. Cast a Lithiform Blight, throw it onto our basic planes, draw a card, hopefully it's something we can use. Raven's Warning, maybe next turn. I really don't want them learning, but this guy is going to be a problem. 2, no attacks. Yep. Dance of the Mats, there we go. That'll be a good one to bring. Okay. I think what we're going to do... Let's get the Raven's Warning in play, because then next turn we can put a Yorion down, bouncing both the Raven's Warning and the Lithiform Blight engine to gain us a little bit of value, give us another card in our hand, create another bird, gain a couple more life. Try to draw out the middle portion of this game a little further so that we can get a couple more lands in play. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Blood on the Snow. Oh, then we got a discard. You know what? We're going to discard a Doom Foretold because we'll get it back with Dance of the Mats. In fact, if we draw a land next turn, I think we'll just cast it, making X4, bringing back those 3 enchantments. If we don't draw the land, then we're just going to cast our Yorion, bouncing our 2 enchantments. Either way, we should be okay. Oh, nice. He used his own Planeswalker ability. He's probably going to get the Mascot card. Nope, search your library for a basic. Alright, so 5 mana available to us. We are going to cast Yorion. So we can create another bird, gain a couple more life. Not hitting our land drops is not helping us in any way. Okay. At least we've got our 6th land that we can cast next turn. Just trying to buy a little more time until we can get Yorion out there. And unless they enter... Oh, again! Blood on the Snow. Bring back the Acquisition Expert. Make us discard another card. Well, thank you. We'll just throw out the Furja's Retribution, giving us the 4th enchantment that we need to get X up to 4 with Dance of the Manse. That'll work. Okay, very good. Alright, now it's time. Just to make sure we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Dance of the Manse is coming out. X is going to be 4. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Binding the old guy, and boom goes the dynamite. Thanks for coming, Kiora. We are 3-0 BC. This is MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things magic.